The offensive boards, not so good on the defensive glass.
5 on the shot clock. Here's Cottrell, 13 in blue. Isaiah Cottrell, tough jumper. And it didn't touch the rim. Tony Padilla says shot clock violation. Your officials, along with Padilla, Doug Sermons and Terry Weimer.
Well, with Taz Sherman out of the lineup, how are they going to generate points? Not playing with him, it's going to take a few minutes to get used to it, and they have to run things through Sean McNeil. Certainly Texas is going to load up on Sean McNeil. West Virginia will counter by putting the ball in his hands, setting a lot of screens from him away from the ball.
Ramey, heat check, and he's got a 2 to go along with his 3. So it's Courtney Ramey 5, West Virginia nothing.
The Texas faithful have been waiting for him to get going on the offensive end, and a good early start for Courtney Ramey.
West Virginia, the lowest scoring offense in the Big 12 coming into conference play. And as you said, they're missing a 21-point per game performer, 13th in the nation in Taz Sherman. So 22 in blue. Sean McNeil's going to have to pick it up. He misses his first shot. He's the reigning Big 12 player of the week.
Texas, good job on the close-up on McNeil.
Now that's a heat check, and that one's off the mark from Ramey. It's Kedrian Johnson to Jalen Bridges on the wing. And that one's good. Jalen Bridges knocks down the 3, his 13th triple of the season.
Well, Bob Huggins is one of the best of all time in making adjustments with his team, and I'm sure they're going to scrap a lot of their offense that they have and just kind of push the ball up the floor and try to space it and attack before Texas can set their defense.
High expectations for Jalen Bridges, the sophomore out of Fairmount, West Virginia, right near Morgantown. There's Timmy Allen to Trey Mitchell. A couple of those high-profile transfers trying to hook up on a bucket, but they come up empty. Johnson lost the handle, and it's a West Virginia turnover. Chris Beard coming home in some respects. He is a graduate of the University of Texas, and then he was itinerant, to say the least, in his early coaching career, last 5 seasons at Texas Tech, but now he is here and here to stay at the University of Texas.
He's taken off with this job at 100 miles an hour, and he said, we're not trying to build anything, we want to win now.
Mitchell had it blocked by Cottrell. Saved. Here's Jones. Nice pass in the paint to Timmy Allen, and that one is rejected by Polycat.
He's got a little toughness to his game. He is not afraid to throw his body around on both ends.
If you like defense, do not change the channel. 2 of the stingiest defenses in the nation going toe-to-toe. Bridges off the mark on the 3, and Jones with the weak side rebound.
West Virginia may have to generate their offense on the offensive glass. Texas has to be aware.
Jones broke some ankles and drops the triple.
Jones and Ramey from the olden days of Texas basketball, not the transfer mode, born and bred through and through in Austin.
115th game in a Longhorns uniform for Andrew Jones. Just inside the 3-point line, and Isaiah Cottrell gets his first bucket.
Good ball movement by West Virginia. Active in transition, great spacing, confident early.
Longhorns lead the nation in scoring defense. What do they like to do offensively, Ted?
Well, the Longhorns will space the court. They'll run a lot of things through the high post, through their bigs. Trey Mitchell likes to shoot some threes. Chris Beard doesn't like him jacking that many, but what they will do is they'll space the court, attack, ball reversal, and then use dribble handoffs and ball screens.
McNeil with the triple. 22nd three-pointer of the season for Sean McNeil, the senior out of Union, Kentucky, and that is his specialty. Tied at 8, coming up on 5 minutes gone by in the Big 12 opener between the 17th ranked Longhorns and the West Virginia Mountaineers. 10 on the shot clock for the Horns. Now 5 to shoot. Jones had it knocked out of his hands by Kedrian Johnson, and we have a timeout on the floor, 15:36 to go.
Andrew Jones has been through and through here at Texas, and he lightened up early with a step back from Austin.
There are a great many things that can be found on the road. A giant blue whale in central Oklahoma. Musicians in search of that perfect melody. You'll even discover the center of the universe. You'll find stories of lives led, challenges met, and men who raise pigeons. They're all out there waiting to be discovered. All you have to do is follow the road. Phillips 66. Live to the full.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. Yeah, I hear him chat with the boys. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Not so tough, but man's keep walking. Yeah, just too sharp with the prize. My girls better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, just too sharp with the prize. Better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, better tell me I'm. Better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
As someone with hearing loss, I know what a confusing and frustrating experience getting hearing aids can be. That's why I founded Lively. High-quality hearing aids with all of the features you need and none of the hassle. Lively offers Bluetooth FDA-regulated hearing aids delivered to your door for thousands less than you'd expect, and remote access to an audiology team 7 days a week. Better hearing has never been this easy. Try Lively risk-free for 100 days. Visit listenlively.com.
This is the OYO Personal Gym. You can do chest, back, biceps, triceps, lats, shoulders. There's over 100 different exercise videos. The OYO Personal Gym.
Well, officially he's known as Robert Huggins. We know him as Hugs, and he passed not only Robert Montgomery Knight, but also Roy Williams this season on the all-time wins list. Bob Huggins of West Virginia now stands third among active Division I coaches in all-time wins, coming into this Texas game with 911.
Let's go, Basketball Hall of Fame. Come on now. I mean, really, come on, put this guy in to Springfield. He deserves it. There's not one person involved with basketball at any level that would argue that. So let's just do that, please, so we don't have to keep discussing it, and he can just be in the hall, which is so well-deserved.
A nominee yet again this year is Bob Huggins. Off the timeout, Christian Bishop checking in and getting his first bucket.
You know, just a simple little screen-to-screener play, and West Virginia got caught turning their head.
2-point Texas lead. Again, West Virginia without their top scorer, Taz Sherman, and their top defender, Gabe Osaboyan, due to COVID protocols. McNeil, reigning Big 12 Player of the Week, and he's got his second basket.
Well, he's sneaky quick, McNeil. He knows how to create space. You're going to get up on him because you're aware and afraid of him knocking in a three, and then that quick little step and then the step back to create some space.
Now we see some pressure from the West Virginia defense. We've seen that a little more this season.
Well, they're still creating turnovers at a high rate, but they do it in different ways. They'll press full court, three-quarter, or sometimes even trap in the half court.
Mountaineers fourth in the nation in turnover percentage. They turn over their opponents more than 25% of the time. There's Bridges, got a fresh 20.
Texas is very good, though, at ball security, and so far they've done a good job spacing, taking control, being strong with the ball.
Here's Cottrell working on Dessou. And the Vanderbilt transfer, Dessou, walled him up well.
Dessou just coming off that injury, getting stronger and stronger with every game. Led the SEC in rebounding a year ago.
And a good look from Dessou to Bishop.
Dessou's a sneaky good passer. We saw him practice yesterday. He's still trying to feel his way into this lineup and get comfortable and get his legs under him, but he is a valuable and talented big.
As usual, us announcers look stupid in the early going. We talked about both of these great defenses. Both offenses are shooting lights out right now.
Both defense is playing hard. It's just the offenses are doing a great job of spacing the floor. Now West Virginia a little bundled up on the left side of the floor.
3 to shoot. Bridges is going to have to squeeze one off. He does, and it's short. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Texas basketball.
Now Texas here, just a simple screen-to-screener. He slips the screen going to the rim, and Bishop has that ability just to move without the basketball. And that time, just a perfect dime by Dessou to Bishop underneath.
You know, Tim, I think the overarching headline of college basketball this year is the word chemistry. With all these transfers and all these super seniors, how are coaches going to get the transfers to play together as a team, to get that team chemistry? I think Texas is the biggest experiment of them all.
Well, you know, it's different than the older days. And I'm not talking about 50 years ago or 20 years ago. I'm talking about even 5 to 10 years ago. Now you can practice in the summer. So these guys have a lot more time together as far as getting the system down, getting to know each other. And Chris Beard does as good a job as anybody bonding his team with off-the-court stuff as well.
That steal on the other end was by Kedrian Johnson, second in the conference in steals, but West Virginia turns it over on offense again. Well, coming up tomorrow, catch an American Conference matchup on ESPN. Number 12, Houston, opens 2022 with their first conference game against Temple. The Cougars haven't played since December 22nd after COVID protocols kept them from playing Cincinnati last week. See how the first conference game goes Sunday at 5 Eastern on ESPN. And of course, Kelvin Sampson playing without Marcus Sasser and without Tremont Mark. How do you think Houston matches up now in the American without those two guys?
I still think they're going to be there. They've got a wealth of depth, and they have one thing that most teams don't have, and that is one of the best coaches in the country, Kelvin Sampson.
The lob from Johnson to DeMont Carrigan goes awry, and here comes the Texas Longhorns. Back-to-back turnovers for the West Virginia offense.
West Virginia's got to settle in a little bit. They're trying to go a little bit too fast the last couple possessions, playing out of sorts. And Texas defense will make you do that. They put hard pressure on the basketball. They're going to deny one away, but they try to keep you on one side of the floor. They try to split the court in half and keep the basketball in a half-court setting, and then they load up on the weak side with help defenders in the paint.
You know, we talk so much about the Texas transfers, and rightfully so. 6 top 30 transfers, but you look on the floor now for Bob Huggins. Malik Curry's running the point. He's a transfer. You've got DeMont Carrigan, he's a transfer, and Paulie Polacap also transferred in this year.
Well, Hugs kind of does it a different way. He wants players that love the game, are going to play hard, are going to take that hard coaching and play with physical presence on the defensive end.
3 straight turnovers for the Mountaineers. And that one was pinned by DeMont Carrigan. That's his specialty. Texas crowd wanted a goaltending call. They didn't get it. At the other end, Curry is too long on the 3.
Officials need a little bit more coffee on New Year's morning to make sure they focus their eyes. That was a goaltend.
And Carrigan whistled for the foul on Trey Mitchell as we take a media timeout. 11:38 to go. Close contests coming up in the Big 12 opener. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
Hey USAA, it's Gronk again, and I'm here with my man Frank. Frank, say hi.
Hi.
Frank was in the Army, and he's been enjoying that award-winning USAA service for like
10 years.
Anyway, he's in. And Frank, don't you love me, man?
Sure, Gronk.
And don't you think I deserve a USAA membership?
Did you serve? Are your parents members?
Nope.
Then no. I love that it's for the military community.
Frank, that's not the line.
USAA. It's still only for the military community.
Hey, our reservation's at 7.
I am ready.
Great.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
Help. Seriously, I'm too young for hair loss. My hairline keeps creeping back. Receding? I've got this bald spot. It's thinning everywhere.
Gonna have to give up and shave it.
Dude, put down the razor. Because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, is about to give you your real hair back permanently. Don't ignore the signs of hair loss. Bosley is giving away an absolutely free information kit that reveals all the signs, and a free gift card to any guy who texts SWEET to 234-234. Bosley will show you for free how great your hair could look. Using the latest technology, Bosley's solution to hair loss is permanent and protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Plus, since Bosley has new non-surgical options, you owe it to yourself to text now for an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. No matter what level of hair loss you have, text SWEET to 234-234. That's SWEET to 234-234.
At Tommy John, we believe you deserve the most comfortable underwear and breathable, supportive, lightweight stretch fabrics for the perfect fit on every guy. We believe in can't believe they never thought of that designs, like our Stay Put waistband and the horizontal quick draw fly. We believe the daily grind should only be in your coffee cup, not in your underwear. Plus, we guarantee no wedgies, no adjustment needed. Feeling is believing. So upgrade now and get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com with this code.
And it's NBA on ESPN time. I'm ready. Set go. Behind make the block where the leg go. Hey, then it's case closed. You looking at the grave with the say so.
Friday on ESPN.
Back inside the Frank Irwin Center on the campus of University of Texas. Happy New Year, everybody. Texas, ranked 17th coming in, has a 12-10 lead over West Virginia, 11:38 to go in the first half. Alongside Tim Welsh, I'm Rich Hollenberg. Not a long series history between these two, but last year, both games decided by one bucket.
Well, there's no doubt about it that these two teams have battled over the years, and Hugs was talking a little bit about his battles with Chris Beard. And the interesting thing about the coaching matchup is that the philosophies, the basic philosophies are the same. It starts with defense, but how they actually play their defense, how they play on the defensive scheme is totally different. And Hugs makes a lot of different adjustments and he tweaks according to what his personnel is. But Chris Beard has always been keep the ball in the half court, push it to the sideline.
So now with 20 on the shot clock, Marcus Carr triggers the inbounds to Timmy Allen. And Jones slipped and allowed Sean McNeil to leak out. The foul's going to be called, but it's an offensive foul on Sean McNeil.
Well, McNeil trying to take advantage of Jones slipping, but what happened in transition is West Virginia was too tight. They're not spaced out enough, and you see Bridges, he should have widened out on the left, so the defender had to make a decision. Instead, McNeil had no choice but just to roll to the rim.
And if you want to get playing time with Chris Beard, you've got to do the dirty work. You got to take charges, and we saw one there. Texas as a team has taken 9 charges in their last 3 contests. Here's Mitchell working underneath.
They saw that goal, yeah. Doug Sermons. Mitchell has an array of moves down in the low box, and then you see up on the glass.
Yeah, Polycap just got a piece of it. So scored the first 2 points in the column for Trey Mitchell. First team All-A-10 last year with UMass. Here's Curry. He's a jitterbug. Offensive rebound, Polycap, and he has been playing much, much better as this season's gone on.
Well, that's what Chris Beard was concerned with yesterday. West Virginia's ability just to attack on the offensive glass, and Polycap just bowled his way to the rim.
That's the West Virginia we're used to seeing, Tim. This year they've been getting out-rebounded on the season by their opponents. Dylan Dessou off the mark, and another rebound, this time by Jalen Bridges.
Well, the interesting thing about the stats with West Virginia, as far as rebounding goes, and Hugs has been lamenting about this all season long, he wants more toughness. They're a pretty good offensive rebounding team. They just don't rebound well on the defensive glass, but today they've done a pretty good job so far. Interesting to keep watching the defensive matchup, who's ever guarding Sean McNeil. Now it's Andrew Jones, it was Marcus Carr. They are basically almost playing a box and one on him, and they are just not leaving him. The man guarding Sean McNeil will not give any help at all.
Off the window, not sure if that was intentional or not, but it still goes in the scoring column for Isaiah Cottrell.
West Virginia, it's not always pretty, but they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, especially on this end of the floor, doing a good job rotating, attacking, contesting, and rebounding.
One more to Ramey in the corner, and he pays it off. Courtney Ramey has 8 points, and 2 of the baskets have been but 3-point variety.
At that time they gambled, they doubled the ball in the middle of the floor, which is always dangerous to do unless you can really rotate on the backside, and Texas did a good job of finding Ramey open in the corner.
1,000-point scorer from St. Louis, Missouri, leads the Texas Longhorns in scoring in this contest. Here's McNeil. All he needs is a sliver. Working on the float game, no good. One and done. Trey Mitchell clears.
Sometimes when your man is guarding you that tight, it's best that you become a screener yourself to get yourself open.
Baseline J from Ramey, back-to-back buckets. And he's in double digits with 10.
Well, you follow Texas basketball, you know that this season has been up and down for Courtney Ramey, and today he came out with a lot of confidence early and often. Now he is just shading McNeil.
The list is short of offensive players who enjoy playing against West Virginia. Courtney Ramey had 19 and 28 in 2 games last year against the Mountaineers. He's got 10 already this afternoon. Here's Bridges, and it's taken away by Bishop. The big man bringing it up the floor. And a little Euro step. Can't follow his own miss. A fight for it, and Tony Padilla says we're going the other way. That foul's going to go on Trey Mitchell, his first, as Marcus Carr and Mitchell both go to the bench for Chris Beard.
Jalen Bridges did a pretty good job on the offensive glass on that last possession, but then a no-no. You can't, as a big, try to dribble the ball in the paint.
Texas showing a little pressure.
Texas will extend their man. Sometimes they'll run and jump at the basketball, kind of half gamble, half try to surprise you into making an error.
That's Amon Kerrigan, guarded by Bishop, gives it up to Cottrell. 8 on the shot clock. And the unforced error thrown away by Isaiah Cottrell. That is the 7th West Virginia turnover in the first half.
Now, I can tell you one thing, Hugs doesn't want Isaiah Cottrell running around out 20 feet from the basket at the top of the key, handling the ball like he's a point guard. They've got to get the ball in Curry and McNeil's hands and then run and attack from there.
Not a lot of 5-out basketball for Hugs. Here's Timmy Allen. Good ball movement by the Horns. And Kerrigan snares it for West Virginia.
You know, they will on occasion bring their 5-man out to the top, but mainly as a guy who just hands off and runs as a screener, as a decoy at the top.
And a jump ball, and Bob Huggins is livid on the sidelines, as it will be Texas basketball when we come back.
Yeah, I'm bad to the bone. I ain't sure what you've been told. Yeah, I'm bad to the bone.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
An electric guitar that hits all the right notes. Extraordinary. A coffee tea alarm clock that wakes up your senses. Unreal. A QR code that lets you explore and revel in a curated selection of the world's most unique and unexpected tech, fashion, home, and adventure items. Wondrous. Open your phone's camera, scan the code, and discover all that awaits you at touchofmodern.com.
What are we doing here?
Scotty, college athletes can get paid now, man. I'm going back.
Oh, don't go back. Repeat after me. Watch ESPN on Hulu Plus Live TV.
Watch ESPN on Hulu Plus Live TV.
Cash and checks, kid.
Hi, I'm Shannon Storms-Bador. When we started selling my health products online, our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster. And thanks to ShipStation's discounted rates, we're saving a ton. Honestly, we couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get ship done with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
It has 2 speeds, a limited warranty, and enough power to move leaves from your yard to your neighbor's yard. And with Instant Karma, it's the best piece of lawn and garden equipment in the world. Because it's free. When you pay with Credit Karma money, you could win Instant Karma, which makes your purchase free. And free feels amazing. That's the feeling of Instant Karma, only from Credit Karma money.
Well, Courtney Ramey had an up and down season, and he's trying to adjust and get comfortable in Chris Beard's system. His season high is 14 today. He's got 10 already. Came out early and often, very confident, creating off the dribble, finding himself open in the corner, really doing a good job moving without the ball. His teammates are doing a good job, too, of looking for him and finding him, understanding they need to get him going in the long haul. They need better guard production from Ramey and Jones moving forward in this rugged Big 12.
Mentioned this earlier, Tim. He starts licking his chops when he sees West Virginia on the other side of the court. His career high is 28, and he turned that in last year against these West Virginia Mountaineers.
Well, an issue in past years with Courtney Ramey was his ability, his decision-making, his ability to handle the ball, the number of turnovers. But so far in Chris Beard's system, he's limited his turnovers. Now they just need to make sure he's a confident offensive player, and today he's shown that.
Marcus Carr back on the floor, number 2 in white. First team all Big Ten last year with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now he's got 8 on the shot clock. Calls his own number and knocks it down. Instant offense from Marcus Carr.
Another guy creating with a little step back right in McNeil's face. That was a high degree of difficulty.
4th three-pointer of this first half for the Texas Longhorns. They're in the midst of an 8-0 run. Nice backdoor. McNeil pays it off. Good look from Kedrian Johnson to Sean McNeil, who has 7.
Well, that's who needs to be running the point is Johnson, and with McNeil alongside of him. But great read of that defense by McNeil.
There's Timmy Allen. Got the bounce pass in, tried to thread the needle to Mitchell.
Marcus Carr, one of the top scorers in the Big Ten a year ago at Minnesota, likes to call his own number, and McNeil was right up in him, just on a little fadeaway and then coming back the other end. That's what you have to do when teams are overplaying in pressure. You got to space the court, find a little room to roam, and then cut back door.
Kedrian Johnson whistled for his 2nd foul, 2nd in the conference in steals. He's kind of the head of that defense for Bob Huggins, and now he's on the bench.
Interesting to see how deep Huggs will go with his rotation and also how much pressure he'll extend with the limited numbers today.
Brock Cunningham, 30 in white, seeing his first action for Chris Beard. Here's Askew, the transfer from Kentucky. Bounce pass. Mitchell. Got it off in time as the shot clock winds down.
Well,
Trey Mitchell.
Mitchell's so good with his footwork inside. Now that time Cottrell got caught ball watching, and for some reason he turned his head to help a little bit on Askew and didn't keep contact.
Now
on
Doug
Mitchell.
Sermon's 94 feet away, whistles the play dead. I think there was a clock malfunction, and they do add 3 seconds onto the clock. So 6:01 to go in the first half. And that allows Chris Beard to once again set up some 3/4 court pressure.
When you're guarding Trey Mitchell down in the low box, you have to stay attacked because he does a good job of just kind of creating little space. And once he gets it down there, he is very dangerous with both hands and terrific footwork.
Malik Curry, the ODU transfer, gets it across the half-court line. They switch out. Now it's Cunningham guarding Bridges. 10 on the shot clock. They got a mismatch. Curry tries to take advantage. Good help by Carr. 2 on the shot clock. And a good defensive stand by the Texas Longhorns, and the Longhorn faithful inside the Irwin Center are loud.
Well, Chris Beard, that got him up off his seat him on the sideline because this is what he preaches. Swarm the basketball, high hands, attack, recover, keep it on one side of the floor, and help.
And they push it at the other end and come up empty. West Virginia with the ball, down 8. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. They've won 8 straight games to close out their non-conference portion of the schedule.
Marcus Carr just big overplay on McNeil on the left side of the floor.
Curry gets it out. Cottrell, he could shoot it from there, but it's an air ball that time. Marcus Carr, talk about making a transition. 19 a game last year in the Big Ten. He's averaging only 8 so far this season in this loaded Longhorns roster.
You got to buy in, that's for sure. And Chris Beard talked about it yesterday. I mean, he's got all these transfers that were top players on their team at other schools, and they wanted to come here to win. Basically, only Christian Bishop of any of the transfers have ever played in the NCAA tournament.
McNeil shielded from a good shot by Trey Mitchell. Texas can make it a double-digit lead with the bucket. And Brock Cunningham will go to the line to try and do just that. Coming up at 5 Eastern on ESPN, number 11 Utah, number 6 Ohio State. They're squaring off in the Rose Bowl game, presented by Capital One Venture X. Then at 8:45 Eastern, number 7 Baylor, number 8 Ole Miss, competing for the All-State Sugar Bowl crown. ESPN College Football today at 5 and 8:45 on ESPN. How about Baylor Athletics? Number 1 in the country in men's basketball, number 10 in the country in women's basketball, and number 7 in the country in football.
How about New Year's Day, though? How great is New Year's Day? Growing up, Rich, you and I, we just had bowls all day. Now we have bowls and hoops today. What's better than that?
Bowls, brunch, and basketball. Can't ask for more on January 1st as Brock Cunningham gets in the scoring column with the free throw.
Oh, by the way, Baylor's playing Iowa State today. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's coming up right after our game on ESPNU. We'll be locked into a television right after this one's over. Only 4 undefeated teams left in college basketball, and 2 of them will be on the court in Hilton Coliseum in Ames. Chuck Kemp, Frank Priscilla on the call for that. Stay tuned. That's immediately following our game.
Well, Brock Cunningham came in, did his job. This is what Chris Beard wanted from him. That's why he wanted to keep him in this program. He said, you're a winner. You're my type of guy. Yeah. We want you back.
Plays with an edge. Brock Cunningham. Curry picked up his dribble, can't knock down the 3, and it's 1 and done again for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Their offense sputtering. The Longhorns up 10 with under 4 minutes to go.
So if I was a primetime game show host, could I stick with the Rogers rate?
Yeah. State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Thanks, man.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Nova is a full gym in your hands that enables you to work out where you are right now and enjoy the same benefits as weights without the weight. The Nova Gym enables you to fit fitness into your busy life to get lean and fit anywhere, anytime.
Nova Gym. When you pay with Credit Karma money, you could win instant karma, which makes your purchase free.
Got it for free with Instant Karma.
And free feels good forever.
Got it for free with Instant Karma. Got it for free with Instant Karma.
Instant what?
Got it for free with Instant Karma.
That's what I heard. That's the feeling of instant karma, only from Credit Karma money.
Attention CPAP users. Germs and bacteria can grow inside your reservoir, tubing, and mask. and cleaning them can be an expensive, difficult task. When you need to breathe easy, sleep great, and stay healthy, what you need is CleanZone, the affordable, portable CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. Just press, and CleanZone automatically cleans, sanitizes, and eliminates 99% of germs and bacteria from every surface of your CPAP reservoir, tube, and mask in minutes. No water, no added chemicals, no worries.
When I compared quality and price, CleanZone was my clear choice.
I can sleep with the peace of mind knowing that I'm breathing clean.
You can get your CleanZone CPAP cleaner for $100 off. That's just $99.99. Plus, we'll give you the CleanZone mask sanitizing bag absolutely free. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-455-2042 or go online to cleanzonenow.com.
Rich Hollenberg, Tim Welsh, Happy New Year, everybody. The Big 12, arguably or not, they come into the conference schedule with an .870 winning percentage against the rest of the country. That's best in the nation. And two teams who have two of the longest winning streaks actively are going toe-to-toe in Ames, Iowa after us.
Well, I can tell you from experience that every coach thinks that the league they coach in is the toughest league in the country. You know, especially if you're in the Big East or the Big Ten or the SEC, Pac-12, whatever. But this league certainly from top to bottom. And Hugs talked about it earlier in the week. He said, right now, if the NCAA tournament started today, he thinks every team would be in if Oklahoma State obviously was eligible.
Right.
So I think that he makes a great point. I mean, from top to bottom, there's not an easy out, and it starts with the coaches. I mean, the coaches in this league are second to none. Their Hall of Fame resumes, their Final Fours, their national championships. So it's a great way to kick it off, and that Iowa State-Baylor game today is going to be special.
What other conferences could have 4 programs with new head coaches and still have 6 head coaches that have Final Four experience?
Certainly. I mean, you look at the surprising team. And TCU, Jamie Dixon's got a very good team this year. And Kansas State, Bruce Weber has really done a nice job of retooling his roster. And then, of course, the story of the year certainly not only has been those two teams that are going to play in Ames. Iowa State coming from their disastrous season a year ago. And Baylor losing 4 starters and now still #1 in the nation.
18-game winning streak for the defending national champion Baylor Bears. It's now a 10-point lead for the Texas Longhorns, ranked 17th in the country. West Virginia, more than shorthanded, playing without leading scorer Taz Sherman and their best defensive player Gabe Osaboyan, both in COVID protocol.
Try to West Virginia get the ball inside a little bit, the polycat, because it's going to be hard for McNeil to get one-on-one shots and be clear.
Carr gets the bump and the bucket, and Marcus Carr will go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Well, when you look at the stats of Texas, it's amazing that Chris Beard's got all these high-profile scorers from other teams to buy into the team play, and that's what Marcus Carr has done. He's only averaging 9 points a game here, but he is doing exactly what's needed to help Texas win.
And you mentioned this earlier, Tim. It all starts with defense for Chris Beard. He says they talk within their program about second week winning, meaning making it to the second weekend of March Madness. And he said if you play defense for 6 straight games, you give yourself a chance to win.
That's Chris's favorite night of the year. He said, you're never happy until it's Monday night.
That's right.
And he's been in that Monday night game, and I wouldn't doubt he's going to get Texas back there soon enough.
Well, Texas leads the nation in scoring defense, 51.3 points per game allowed. And in turnover margin, they're almost as impressive. 3rd in D1 with a +7.5 in their turnover margin. His goal is always, even when he was at Texas Tech, less than 10 turnovers a game. Nice save by Tim Welsh at the broadcast table.
Quick hands in Austin, always needed. But the thing is, we talked about, Devin Askew transfer from Kentucky, knowing Marcus Carr, Andrew Jones, and Courtney Ramey are already here. Why? Because he wants to win. He wants to win. He spent 1 year at Kentucky. Now, Kentucky obviously is elite, but last year, with the year he was there, they had a down year. Trey Mitchell wants to win. Why is Timmy Allen here? He wants to win. And Chris Beard, amazingly, he has that ability to get these guys to buy into, come into play for him and in his system.
That was the 11th West Virginia turnover. Chris Beard said the one thing he found out about Marcus Carr and all he needed to know about his buy-in was when Devin Askew was originally signed and Marcus Carr came, both of them separately came to his office and said, I'm glad the other one's here because they're going to make me better. There's a three from Andrew Jones.
Texas is really doing a great job of sharing the ball. They play with their head up, they play low, they space the court. They do a great job of sliding into open areas to make themselves available and open.
An 18-2 Longhorns run, largest lead of the afternoon. And Jalen Bridges knocks down the bucket from close range. Off the broken play, he has 5.
Well, they'll take anything they can get, even if it's offense by accident, because this Texas defense has ramped up their intensity.
Jones thought about the three, goes into the painted area, and has it taken away by Bridges. Let's see if some defense could lead to offense for the Mountaineers. Too much dribbling by Malik Curry, but he's first on the floor. And it goes out of bounds, Texas basketball.
Well, this is Chris Beard, basketball at its best. West Virginia doing a good job as well. But right now, this defense is just swarming West Virginia. They've got to find some way, somehow, to get Sean McNeil clear. You know, they might be better off starting him away from the basketball, running him on the baseline, maybe setting a screen himself, and then trying to cut to get open on the wing.
Well, under 2 minutes to go. West Virginia only 18 points scored. They've been forced into 12 turnovers and are shooting just 33% from the field. Talk about defense. That's what you're going to be hearing about in this league all season long. Johnson. And the foul's going to be called on Marcus Carr, sending Kedrian Johnson to the line.
This is how West Virginia's got to try to create a little offense in transition, doing a better job on the glass, and then finding a way to get to the rim. And still, nothing easy or allowed by Texas defense.
So Kedrian Johnson, a 59% free throw shooter, will step to the line. Hugs doesn't ask him to score much. That's his first point of the afternoon. But he is the head of the snake, if you will, on that vaunted West Virginia defense. Averaging over 2 steals a game, that's second in the conference. For the senior out of Dallas, making his return to the Lone Star State.
After the free throw, a little full court pressure. They may run and jump at the basketball or force it sideline and trap.
How much do we expect to see this from West Virginia
well,
this year?
They're going to amp it up a little bit today for sure. But the first problem is in order to get into the press, they've got to score. And that's been an issue for West Virginia. But I think they'll pick and choose with it. Obviously, the league is so good. There's so many good guards, and they don't have the presence defensively in the full court that they've had in the past, but they certainly have a lot of energy, some good athletes to change presses throughout the games.
Both of these coaches like to conserve their timeouts. That's the first timeout called by either coach. Use it or lose it for Chris Beard. We're back after this.
Name?
Name? What's my name? What, have you been hiding under a rock? They don't have TVs in this place. I'm the history maker, the game changer, the first woman to ever main event WrestleMania, walk out of there the champ Becky Two Belts. Came from nothing, revolutionized the entire industry. I am the man. I am the Raw Women's Champion.
For the cup.
Just Becky. Not too much foam, please.
Well, Taz Sherman is 13th in the nation in scoring at just a shade under 21 points a game. Gabe Osaboyan leads the Mountaineers in deflections and charges taken. And now Bob Huggins is forced to go on the road in the Big 12 opener and try and win a game without those two guys. That's a big ask.
It's a huge ask, especially, you build your team. When you talk about Texas, you see all the balanced scoring, but West Virginia doesn't have that luxury. They're a one-man guy that takes over, and then everybody kind of feeds off him. And Taz Sherman's been a top 5 player in this league this season, and he creates off the bounce. He can make threes. He's a very good on-ball defender, and just his presence on the floor makes everybody more comfortable out there. And certainly, in a short-term situation, very irreplaceable.
Shafino, the last West Virginia Mountaineer player to average over 20 a game. You got to go all the way back to 2003 for that feat to be accomplished. Timmy Allen off the feed from Ramey.
They do a great job of just reading each other, and Allen not hanging and watching the play on the perimeter. Saw a little gap. Raced down the lane for the easy one.
Longhorns love the bounce pass. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the first half. A first half that has been dominated by the Texas Longhorns.
Their defense is special, but their offense, excellent ball movement, harassment, then the extra pass at the rim.
Give the hockey assist to Marcus Carr. Well, West Virginia has 4 assists on only 8 made field goals. Conversely, 7 assists on 13 made field goals for the Longhorns. And they're going to have a chance at another one here.
There's nothing there. Jumping, trying to find any opening, but Ramey right in his grill.
Another bounce pass to Sue. Out to Ramey for 3. Got another one. Courtney Ramey is one off his season high in the first half. He's got 13 to lead the Horns.
Texas doing a great job attacking this pressure, strong with the basketball, spacing the court, and then stepping through the traps to get the ball reversed to the weak side to the open man.
Courtney Ramey 3 for 5 from three-point land this afternoon. And now we see Bob Huggins essentially forced to dip into his bench. Jamel King, a freshman out of Alabama, seldom used in the non-conference, and all of a sudden he's on the floor in the Big 12 opener. And this is the front end of the 1-and-1. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds to go. Last shot for the Horns. Where do you think they go, Tim?
I think they're going to space the court, little middle ball screen, dribble drive, and look for the 3 if West Virginia overhelps.
Carr with 2 on the clock. Marcus Carr caps off a dominant first half for the Texas Longhorns. Carr has 8. The Longhorns were led by Courtney Ramey with 13. And the lead for Texas balloons to 19 as we go to a break. 39-20, Texas over West Virginia in the Big 12 opener on New Year's Day. We're back with more from the Irwin Center after this.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, it's still only for the military community.
It's 1:15 a.m. and time for another classic hit.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
This is the start of a new way to wear clothes.
There's underwear in the pants?
I'm freaking out.
I see bird dogs everywhere.
Bird dogs?
Bird dogs khakis?
Imagine the most comfortable boxer briefs you've ever worn sewn right into your pants.
Stretchy khakis with silk underwear built inside.
This is extreme comfort. That's premium.
It's so comfortable. They hug me like a warm blanket. We're past underwear separately.
I'm wearing them right now.
Did they send us a used pair? Did someone wear these already?
Are you ready for AFC North rivals to collide on Monday night? Are Baker and Garrett ready to stay in the playoff race? Are Big Ben and the Steelers ready for one last ride? Are you ready?
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
White bread, a squirt of mustard, 2 scoops of canned fish. And with Instant Karma, it's the best sandwich ever because it's free. When you pay with Credit Karma money, you could win Instant Karma, which makes your purchase free. And free feels amazing. That's the feeling of Instant Karma, only from Credit Karma Money.
Hope you enjoyed the first half. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season here alongside virtually my man, LaFonso Ellis.
In a box.
In the box, as always. Coach Seth Greenberg, you look like you're ready for a $500 night New York soiree for New Year's.
It's the holiday season. You got to dress up for the holiday season. I mean, you got to bring out, your New Year's best, whether it's New Year's, the day before New Year's, or the day after New Year's. You need to dress for the holiday season. More importantly, as a basketball community, we've got to understand we're dealing with COVID again. Mm-hmm. And we've got to understand we've got to have patience. We've got to have agility. We have to have resilience. But most importantly right now, Dallin and Fonz, we need leadership. We need leadership from our conference commissioners. We need leadership from our administrations. And we need leadership from our head coaches. Mm-hmm. Because our players are going to listen to your words and your body language. And it is really, really important that we stay consistent and do a great job of leading our teams and leading these young people in the right directions. We're going to get through this thing, but we're going to need agility, patience, and maturity, but most importantly, leadership.
Dressed for the part and already ready to go for resolutions. He's got the resolutions for all of college basketball, the coaches, the players. Let's get some for the team. Let's get some for the teams, though, too, Fonz. Let's focus on some teams that need to have some resolutions to get to the places they want to go to. Let's start off with UCLA and your guy, Cody Riley.
Yeah, UCLA is a national championship caliber team, but playing without Cody Riley, who suffered a MCL strain earlier in the season. What does he give to them? 6'9" ability to be able to catch it on the post, right block preferred, and able to get into the middle of the lane and score. Miles Johnson, the Rutgers transfer, has been absolutely terrific, but he doesn't give them a low post presence like Cody Riley does. Cody Riley's terrific on the offensive glass as well. They need him to win the title.
North Carolina, they need an alpha dog to emerge. You talk about North Carolina, when things are going good, they are really good. When they go south, you know what? They stop defending, they stop the rebounding the ball, and they stop competing. So someone has to emerge for this North Carolina team when things go a little south, when we're not making shots. Bring that group together, get them to be fiercely competitive. Look, they've got a great coach in Hubert Davis, and he was a fiercely competitive player, but a player-led team is much better than a coach-led team. They need someone to step up on the court as a leader for that team to bring them together when things go south.
May have never been more evident in that Kentucky game. From the jump, there was listless and nobody brought them together to really get things going.
They're all looking at each other, but no one took the lead.
100%. If they find an alpha, that team has the talent, and they have the coach, they have the experience. We'll see if they can do it. Let's go to resolution number 2. Coach Fonz, this one. Houston's been outstanding. What do they need?
They have, but sadly they've lost 2 of their most productive players. Marcus Sasser leads them in scoring at 18 points a game. Tremont Mark is out for the rest of the season with a shoulder issue. He's 10 points a game. That's 28 points combined. He's going to have to now rest on the shoulders of very talented Taze Moore and Kyler Edwards to pick up the slack on the offensive end.
When I think about Kansas, look, Ochai Agbaji and Christian Brown, they're averaged 20 points each in the month of December. That's good. I'll tell you what's not good. David McCormick, Jalen Wilson, those guys are going to get back to who they were. And who they were last year was really productive. David McCormick, give him an inside scorer. Jalen Wilson, give him a versatile wing player. They can play 3 and 4, shoot the 3, and rebound the basketball. If those 2 guys step up and Remy Martin continues to be selectively aggressive, Kansas is a Final Four national championship good team.
We saw McCormick do it last year, really emerge in league play in a really tough league. If he does that same thing, that's going to really change the game. Fonz, let's go to the Zags. What do we got? What do they need?
Andrew Nembhard has got to be special. Now, early in the year when they knocked off number 10 UCLA, he was brilliant. 24 points in that game, 6 assists. Since then, he's only gotten into double figures one other time. This is a team, because of the way they flow their offense, they need a guy at the point guard position that can produce double digits, especially when they get into the NCAA tournament. Andrew Nembhard has to be that guy. If he can, they have a great chance of cutting down the nets in March.
Look, Michigan lost 4 really, really good players. You're talking about Isaiah Livers, you're talking about Franz Wagner, you're talking about Sean D. Brown, you're talking about Michael Smith. You know what they need to do? They need to improve their passing and their spacing. Because if you look at this team, Hunter Dickens is only as good as the guy delivering him the basketball. How do you be able to get hitting the ball in the low post? You got to make some shots. So, Kel Houston, you got to make some shots. You've got to be a better passing team. Ball fake, shot fake, spacing, feed the post, get it to them early, get them doing transition. If they improve their passing, if they improve their spacing, if they improve their shot making, Michigan makes a run in the Big Ten. If not, that Big Ten is an absolute bear. And it's not just Purdue. Ohio State's pretty good, too.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. We've seen Michigan be when they're bad, they can be bad, but maybe they can be good if they do the things you just said. I know this is going to be good, though. All-State Sugar Bowl from the Big Easy tonight, 8:45. The Bears from Baylor taking on Matt Corral and Ole Miss. There will be points. Cannot wait for this one tonight, 8:45 Eastern on ESPN. Coming up next, though, second half action.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
I gotta know who oven baked my bacon. Who did it? Tyler. Come on over here, man.
Oh, wow. Ow. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Hi, I'm Lucinda Scala Quinn, chef, author, and TV host. And with over 10 years as the executive food director for Martha Stewart, I've seen it all. And I promise you, you'll love my new Spurtles. In fact, with over 10 million sold, I know they'll be the hardest working tools in your kitchen. My new Super Spurtle is wider, curved, and rounded at the end. Now you can scoop, stir, and serve. Even things like sticky, gooey mac and cheese. And gets in where the side of the pan meets the bottom and leaves no food behind. For potato salad and coleslaw, there is nothing better. Love Rice Krispie Treats? Look at how the large surface area combines everything quickly and easily. Then the Scraper Spurtle cuts and serves without damaging your pan. How about chili? Scrape in your veggies, chop the meat right in the pan, then simmer and serve. And it's perfect for peeling garlic. Just this easy. My slotted Spurtle is ideal for baking. Sift together dry ingredients, mash a banana, scrape it in, add some buttermilk, stir, and you've got homemade banana bread. And I love it for omelets. Just whisk your eggs, pour into the pan, stir, scrape in the fillings, then fold and serve. You can get your complete Spurtle set today for only $19.99. And if you order now, I'll include my spreader Spurtle for free. It's perfect for spreading butter or peanut butter. Order right now and I'll double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. But just remember, it's a Spurtle Myrtle.
To order, call 1-800-950-4029. That's 1-800-950-4029 or go to buyspurtle.com. That's buyspurtle.com. Order now.
Well, it's been the Courtney Ramey show for the Texas Longhorns. It started early, and it was early and often. They spaced the floor. They reversed it. They found him. He found his own shot by creating a little space off the bounce and playing with big-time confidence that we've seen in the past, but rarely seen this season from Courtney Ramey. He has stepped up his game for Texas, starting with his defense, but it's been his offense today that has ignited the Longhorns. 39-20, Texas over West Virginia at the half. Back after this.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
When you spend all year serving others,
When you lead by example, you don't just land on the nice list, you get rewarded by becoming the top brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Celebrate all the good you've done this year with the lineup of Ram trucks built to serve.
Get 1 full year of no extra cost Sirius XM on us and 0% financing for 72 months plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
At touchofmodern.com, our expertly curated products are never ordinary, never mundane, and never in a million years what you'd expect to see or imagined you'd ever have. Check it all out at touchofmodern.com.
Just this.
When you pay with Credit Karma Money, you could win Instant Karma, which makes your purchase free.
Got it for free with Instant Karma.
And free always feels good.
Got it for free with Instant Karma.
What?
Got it for free with Instant Karma. Mom? What are we doing?
Is this
Got it for free with Instant Karma.
Are your feet on this?
Got it for free with Instant Karma. We know.
That's the feeling of Instant Karma, only from Credit Karma Money.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
There's never been a hotter time to sell your home. But when it comes time to get the best value, where do you start? That's where HomeLight comes in. HomeLight is the essential real estate platform used by countless sellers every year. HomeLight is here to help you at every step of your real estate journey, learning how to sell your home, finding a top listing agent, and ensuring a simple and certain closing. And best of all, HomeLight is completely free to use. Learn more today at HomeLight.com.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's the Big 12 opener on ESPN. And right now, Texas having its way with the West Virginia Mountaineers. Longhorns lead it 39-20, holding the Mountaineers to a season low 20 points in the first half. Alongside Tim Welsh, I'm Rich Hollenberg. Thanks for joining us on this New Year's Day. Texas shot 50% from the field, 6 for 11 from 3. So how have they been able to get open looks?
Well, you've got to make your open shots, certainly. But to get the open shots, you've got to have terrific ball movement. Every coach preaches good ball movement. You've got to really work on it. You've got to have great spacing. And this has been an issue with Chris Beard's team earlier in the season. He has not been happy with their spacing. They've been working on it, and today it's been special. They've attacked the pressure. They've spaced the floor. They play with their head up. They play low, and they make that extra pass. They seem to know where everyone is on the floor at all times. Very unselfish. They've got an array of high-scoring transfers that have come in and bought into ball movement, team play, unselfish basketball. Starts on defense, but today they've been really good on offense as well.
West Virginia, those 12 turnovers have translated into 10 points off turnovers for the Longhorns. So defense also leading to offense for Chris Beard's club, and it's the West Virginia Mountaineers controlling the ball to open the second half. What do you think they need to do to try to make this a game, Tim?
Well, they need to get that man the ball, Sean McNeil, and that's easier said than done because they're really shading him. They're denying him all over the floor. So I would space him out, get him away from the basketball, maybe make him a screener and then misdirect and get him the ball on the weak side of the floor.
Here's McNeil taking it to the cup, and Sean McNeil now has 9 points on this contest.
Well, sometimes that happens. You know, you emphasize something so much in the pregame scout, and you execute it in the first half, and then you get comfortable in the second half and forget what got you there defensively.
There's Trey Mitchell to Marcus Carr. Ramey, the hot hand. He's the high scorer in this game, number 3 in white. Take a look at that McNeil bucket at the other end.
Well, this was hard to find in the first half, and here he gets Allen gets caught on McNeil, kind of a mismatch off the bounce, and the help comes late. Usually the help comes outside the paint for Texas. That time McNeil was able to get all the way to the other side of the rim.
We've seen that three go down a few times for Courtney Ramey, but it rims out that time, and a foul's going to be called on West Virginia.
Again, this is where you can beat West Virginia, is on the offensive glass. They do not do a good job of blocking out there. Tenacious offensive rebounders, but Huggs has been really adamant about his displeasure of their ability to rebound the ball defensively.
Here's a case in point of this Texas team buying into this new chemistry that they formed. Timmy Allen, the leading scorer, leading rebounder on this team, only 2 points in the first half, now with 3. But you're not going to see him showing some bad body language because of that. Coming up tomorrow, an American Conference matchup on ESPN. Number 12, Houston, opening up their conference slate against Temple. Cougars haven't played since December 22nd after COVID protocols kept them from playing Cincinnati last week. See how the first conference game goes tomorrow at 5 Eastern on ESPN.
Big win in the American that you witnessed a couple nights ago. UCF with the win over Michigan.
Carr with the steal and the bucket. And an immediate timeout called from Bob Huggins.
And here Texas giving West Virginia a little dose of their own medicine. Too loose with the ball. Not ready against the press.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Time to make your space a little more you and a little less, well, definitely not you. Joybird.com gives you over 18,000 ways to customize your furniture and make your space your own. With fun colors, bold styles, and modern designs that bring joy to your space. Go to Joybird.com to save 30% during our After Christmas sale. Plus, get free design specialist styling.
I discovered Self by searching up the word self-care. Watching my credit score and wanting to build that up was a part of my self-care. Joining Self not only gave me the tools to build my credit, but it also gave me hope.
You have a full-time job and commitments to keep. You're also determined to advance your career. Welcome to Coursera, career accelerating degrees online from the world's best universities for today's busy lives.
I just wanted my kids to know that you don't ever stop.
Get a high-quality degree 100% online, often for as little as half the cost.
It's allowed me to end up in a position that I was only really dreaming of.
Join Coursera for free at Coursera.org and try a degree course today. Coursera, your course to success.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to ShipStation.com/try and get 2 months free.
And it's NBA on ESPN time. I'm ready. Set go. Behind back the block where the leg go. Hey, then it's crazy club. You looking at the grave with the say so.
Friday on ESPN.
Back inside the Irwin Center on the campus of University of Texas, it's going to be West Virginia basketball after giving up the basketball underneath their own basket. Marcus Carr with the steal and the bucket, and now it's the largest lead of the afternoon for the Longhorns, showing some full court pressure.
Texas is smelling blood right now. That's why they're extending the pressure, and that time West Virginia kind of just sloppy with the ball. And Bob Huggins was very annoyed with that and called the quick timeout and got into his team big time.
I don't think Paulie Policat knew what the offensive play call was, and immediately Huggs goes to his bench, and Damon Carrigan's going to come in for Policat.
There we go. We got the old trail official with the offensive foul from 50 feet away. That always annoys the coach.
Just goes from bad to worse for Bob Huggins.
Soft pressure, they'll run at the basketball, they'll trap it, push it sideline if they can. If you make a mistake, they'll make you pay, but West Virginia's got to take their time, try to flash middle, and then attack and make them pay with numbers.
Again, if you're just tuning in, no Taz Sherman, averaging just under 21 points a game for West Virginia. No Gabe Osaboyan, who is the heartbeat of this vaunted West Virginia defense, and that's a big reason why the Mountaineers are down 21 right now. Timmy Allen with the rebound. I think Chris Beard's going to have his troops take the foot off the gas because West Virginia's a little short-handed.
Oh, there's no way. I mean, they're still trying to find themselves as a team, and they're starting to find themselves from the perimeter, which has been an issue this year. They have not shot the ball as well as they think they can, and today they are playing with big-time confidence from the three.
7 for 13 from beyond the arc for Chris Beard's Texas Longhorns. Timmy Allen with the steal. And it's blocked from behind.
Right now, West Virginia can't do anything. You know, the first thing you need to do, obviously, in a half-court set is enter the ball to the wing, and they cannot even do that. They're not cutting hard enough to get open.
And that three goes down for Jalen Bridges. Second three of the afternoon. Bridges has 8.
That's what West Virginia should do, and Bob's waving his team to get up and pressure a little bit more in the full court.
It's not quite the press Virginia that we've seen in years past, but this roster construction that Bob Huggins has this year, he feels like he could pressure the ball a little bit.
Well, he's got a lot of depth, some good athletes, a couple good ball hawks, starting with Johnson at the point of attack, but not having Sherman and Osaboyan really limits them in how they can extend and the different defenses they can present.
And they have now matched their season high with 16 turnovers. We still have 16 and a half minutes to go in this contest.
Well, it's really a gut punch to a coach and a program. You know, all your best laid plans, and you wake up and you got 2 of your best players can't play in the game. And listen, everybody in the country's going through it to some degree, but it still doesn't make you feel any better when you have to go out and play your first league game without 2 of your best players.
Well, as you can see from that DeMont Kerrigan block, they're still going to play hard. That's the 7th block of the game for West Virginia.
You know, and as we pointed out earlier, every season is built differently, and Texas is built on balance. And if they were missing 1 or 2 guys, they have other people to replace where they're not so reliant on one guy to do so much, but not the case for West Virginia.
Bridges, big finish at the other end. And a tee on Jalen Bridges. So even when it's good news, it's laced with a little bit of tough news for Bob Huggins.
Well, getting out in transition is a must when they can, and a little taunting.
Doug Sermons was having none of that.
It's the NFL, no fun league. Come on.
Listen, I'm not going to proselytize, but your team's down 19 points. I don't think Jalen Bridges should be tapping his head that he dunked on someone. That's just my humble opinion.
A long year of technicals. A little emotion's not bad once in a while.
As Doug Sermons just so eloquently put it to us, the technical foul's on the on-your-head tapping from Jalen Bridges.
The way I look at it is, would the other coach have been upset if there wasn't a technical called?
I would probably say no.
There you go.
Point well taken.
There's your answer.
Tim Welsh, the voice of reason, as usual.
Listen, Doug Sermons is an outstanding official, and
yeah.
That's within the rule book to call.
That's off Kerrigan's foot. It'll be Texas basketball when we come back. They're up by 21, 15:54 to go.
Five breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep. 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat. And the pizza plus another pizza.
The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
Hey, USAA, it's Gronk again, and I'm here with my man Frank. Frank, say hi.
Hi.
Frank was in the Army, and he's been enjoying that award-winning USAA service for like
10 years.
Anyway, he's in. And Frank, don't you love me, man?
Sure, Gronk.
And don't you think I deserve a USAA membership?
Did you serve? Are your parents members?
Nope.
Then no. I love that it's for the military community.
Frank, that's not the line.
USAA. It's still only for the military community.
Hey, our reservation's at 7.
I am ready.
Great.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
My wife and I decided to go get our first home. We noticed how easy the process was because they saw my credit score. Before self, my credit score was 499, and now it's at 630. Whoa, we have a home now. Nothing short of miraculous.
You may think every weather app is the same until you see WeatherBug over-deliver on so many layers. With millions of 5-star reviews and more free map layers than any other weather app, WeatherBug warns you with local winter weather alerts, keeps you prepared with hourly rain and snowfall rates, as well as real-time and future radar to track winter storms, plus road conditions, routes, and cameras for your commute. Don't get caught unaware and out in the cold. Be prepared with WeatherBug. Used by over 10 million and counting. Download the WeatherBug app today for free.
When selling your home, one wrong move can cost you thousands of dollars. You need a top real estate agent who will do things right. Sell your home fast and at a great price. Introducing HomeLight, the breakthrough way to sell your home. HomeLight has detailed stats on the top real estate agents and home sales in your neighborhood. Nearly 1 million people have used HomeLight to find experienced agents they can trust to sell their homes faster and for more money. Start for free at HomeLight.com.
Marcus Carr, the #1 transfer coming to Texas this year, averaged 19 with Minnesota. But Tim, there's no way he's going to average 19 with this kind of roster at Texas.
Well, he's asked to do different things, and he's bought in, and he knew coming here what his role would be. And certainly they need more of this, and they don't need an overload of it, but they need more consistency, and it will happen. And you know, when you go from what he did at Minnesota, what he had to do for his team a year ago to what he has to do here, it's a big adjustment. It's like when to go, when to slow, what the coach wants, what I should do, and your comfort level will increase with every game, and you can see it today.
He does lead this team with assists, 3.3 a game. He's 5th in the conference in assist to turnover ratio. Ball on the floor. Timmy Allen recovers it. Jones gonna have to get it up. And it's a shot clock violation. There's that effort by the West Virginia defense. And they're calling a foul now. Damon Kerrigan can't believe it.
Well, West Virginia just did a really good job in the half court here of preventing Texas to get anything easy, and when it rains, it pours.
Damon Kerrigan, after that foul was whistled, walked right towards us and gave us an eye roll. That's like what my wife does to me on a regular basis.
But getting back to Marcus Carr, you know, when you come in with those gaudy numbers, 19 a game in the Big Ten, everybody expects around the program, wow, we've got this big time scorer going to step in. And when you don't, when you only average 9, everyone's saying, well, he's not playing well, which is not true at all. I think he's played very well all season long, and you can see what he can do with the basketball. And we talked about it, he's just going to keep getting better and better as he gets more comfortable in Chris Beard's system.
And now he gets to play alongside some studs like Andrew Jones. He was second team All Big 12 last year, playing in his 115th game, 82% free throw shooter. And he's 5 for 5 from the line this afternoon. 11 points for Jones. He's the third Longhorn in double digits.
Well, you can see it just by going to practice, as you and I did yesterday, that these guys like playing with each other.
True.
They really enjoy the team aspect of being in this program. And today, it's really stepped up a level.
Yeah. And if any coach was designed to be able to succeed in this transfer portal era that we are now in, Chris Beard is that coach. We talked about all his stops. He was at Texas Tech before this, Little Rock before that. Then it was a string of JUCO jobs like Angelo State, McMurray State, Seminole State, Fort Scott Community College. He said, I made my living with transfers at those small schools. Now he's just doing it at a much bigger level.
Oh, he was the master of the portal before we even knew what that meant.
Carr, too strong. Kerrigan the rebound. Kerrigan on the offensive end. Got his own miss. Can't put it back. And Marcus Carr clears.
Kerrigan, good job posting up down there. He just kind of threw it up on the rim, and then on the putback, just didn't aim it. Again, just too fast underneath, but the presence of Bishop and company can be problematic.
Bounce pass, the one more, and Timmy Allen will go to the line.
I mean, the amazing thing when you watch Texas is how they all play with their head up. They're always looking to make the next pass, the next play, the next great play to someone who's more open than themselves. And here you see it here on the delivery down low. Bishop with his head up, and then Allen with the presence of mind to make that cut in the open lane to the rim.
And even in transition, Devin Askew had the ball. He could have easily driven to the hole and gotten fouled, but he pulled the ball out, made the pass, then the one more, and now Timmy Allen gets the benefit. Well, the documentary series Our Time is back for another season. This year, go all access with Baylor men's and women's basketball teams. The series premiere Thursday, January 6th, and each week a new show will be available every Thursday for 11 weeks. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12 now. Can't think of a better team to feature than the Baylor Bears. Scott Drew and the defending national champion Bears on one end, and the Baylor women, such a rich basketball history of their own right, ranked 10th in the country this year. That'll be a fun series to track.
I would imagine there'll be a couple appearances from your guy, Chip Gaines.
Oh, yes.
He always likes to sneak on camera whenever he can.
Chip and Joanna. Wonder if they made the trip to Ames for this game coming up after us. Cunningham and Polycap wrestling for the loose ball.
Chris Beard brought Cunningham into his office the first day he had the job and said, I want you here. Don't even think of leaving. You are my type of guy, and this is why. The extra effort.
And it pays off. Possession arrow to the Longhorns. Now full court pressure by Bob Huggins and West Virginia. Trying to disrupt this efficient Texas offense this afternoon. Mitchell from the elbow. Amy gives it back to Mitchell. Surrounded by Mountaineers, and he front ends the jump hook.
That's where Mitchell's got to look to the perimeter. He had 3 defenders on him, and he had people open on the outside. That's how you can get an easy three.
Inside, Polycap against the smaller Carr, but he couldn't take advantage of the mismatch. 3. Doesn't go down that time for Ramey. Courtney Ramey, 13 points in the first half. So far, he's been held scoreless in the second half.
It's just been a balanced attack here in the second half, but it starts with their defense. West Virginia cannot get anything easy or open.
Askew to Carr. And now Marcus Carr takes over game-high scoring honors with 15. And Jamel King stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Another West Virginia turnover. They're 18.
Now, this is what that pressure defense does, but then coming back, just West Virginia, frustration building, not sprinting back.
You know, not to say, and you did say it, it's not like these shots at close range are easy shots for West Virginia, but it's something that Bob Huggins has lamented all year long, is their ability to score at the rim.
I mean, getting Polycap involved a little bit more probably is what they should look for, but the problem is the pressure is so relentless on the perimeter, they can't get any clean looks as far as a pass, even into the post.
Kerrigan off the nice feed.
Come on, Kerrigan.
55-29. 17th ranked Texas. Up big on the West Virginia Mountaineers, who came to town without their leading scorer, Taz Sherman, 13th in the country in scoring, and without their leader on defense, Gabe Osaboyan, both out due to health and safety protocols. Jalen Bridges has his third triple of the afternoon. He leads the Mountaineers with 13 points.
Chris Beard sees a little relaxation, calls the quick timeout. West Virginia, this is how they have to try to get back in this game. Quick hitters in transition.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
As someone with hearing loss, I know what a confusing and frustrating experience getting hearing aids can be. That's why I founded Lively. High-quality hearing aids with all of the features you need and none of the hassle. Lively offers Bluetooth FDA-regulated hearing aids delivered to your door for thousands less than you'd expect, and remote access to an audiology team 7 days a week. Better hearing has never been this easy. Try Lively risk-free for 100 days. Visit listenlively.com.
Germs invade through your nose, the body's air filter. But how do you clean it? Navage uses powered suction to help flush out congestion, allergens, mucus, and viruses. Millions use drug-free Navage to breathe better and feel healthier. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
This is Sandra. She gets her financial advice from her mother. This is Tony, who gets his financial advice from his old college roommate. And this is where Frank used to sit. He got smart about retirement at smartasset.com. They matched him with vetted fiduciary financial advisors to help turn his retirement priorities into a retirement reality. Everybody sure misses Frank.
Can someone get that?
Smartasset.com. Take our free quiz and be matched with up to 3 vetted financial advisors. Get smart about retirement.
I was a fool to let you down. Kisses to me, Cupid, Cupid. Tell him he belongs to me. Tell him that send his kisses to me, Cupid, Cupid.
This is the Oyo Personal Gym. You can do chest, back, biceps, triceps, lats, shoulders. There's over 100 different exercise videos. The Oyo Personal Gym.
Rated T for teen.
The dungeons in Raid Shadow Legends are magnificent or challenging or magnificently challenging. You storm into the spider's den with your entourage of heroes who are all, by the way, very snazzily dressed. And then you see her, the Spider Queen. Immediately arrows are flying and swords are swooping and magic is magicking. And then the beast succumbs, leaving you with its sweet loot.
Download Raid Shadow Legends. Play for free.
Alongside Tim Welsh, Rich Hollenberg, let's take a look at our net gains today, brought to you by SoFi.
Well, it's been a smothering effort on the defensive end. Keeping the ball on one side of the floor, total denial of their leading scorer, Sean McNeil. Ball pressure, extra effort, intensity. Balls up in the air and attacking in pressure.
Texas defense has 12 points off turnovers this afternoon, holding the West Virginia offense to 35% shooting from the field. Trey Mitchell out of the timeout. Mitchell's first bucket of the second half.
When you go to a Chris Beard practice, it's always about high hands, pressure on the basketball, attacking the ball while it's in the air. Okay, relentless to the glass. They have different ways they attack the offensive glass. Sometimes they send 2, sometimes they send 3, depending on their opponent. But they will make in-game adjustments with both their rebounding, how they play ball screens, and how they rotate on defense.
And now we're at one opportunity for West Virginia from Malik Curry.
Well, that's why Chris Beard called that last timeout. He felt like his team was starting to relax on the defensive end of the floor. He saw West Virginia get a couple easy buckets in transition and things not as tight as they were earlier in the game.
More evidence as to West Virginia's struggles, Tim. That's just their 4th free throw attempt this afternoon. Now the full court pressure. Handled by the Horns. Jones knocks it down.
Just perfect execution, spacing the court, step through the trap, hit the middle, up the court, make them pay. 2-on-1, downtown from 3.
Take your pick with the Longhorns on any given night. Could be Andrew Jones, could be Courtney Ramey, could be Marcus Carr. Today it's all 3 of them. Carr with 15, Jones with 14, Ramey with 13.
Well, I'm not sure if Coach Beard's mentor, Coach Knight, would have approved or allowed a 2-on-1 3, but the game has changed. Everybody can knock them down, and a poor defender used to tell me, Coach, I said, you got to play better defense. He said, Coach, I give up 2, but I make 3. So they'll take the 3 when they can get it.
Sue and Mitchell to the bench. Timmy Allen and Christian Bishop check on now for Chris Beard and the Texas Longhorns.
Coach Beard's other mentor, though, I think would have allowed it. Tom Penders.
Yeah.
He was high-octane offense. I'm sure he's watching today.
He's got stories for days about Coach B. Here's Allen. It's been a quiet afternoon for him, but they haven't needed his offense today. That one's stripped, but Kerrigan's standing out of bounds, so it'll stay Texas basketball with 6 on the shot clock.
Well, Rich, you and I get to come to these games and sit courtside, but I would pay to watch Timmy Allen play because he's an old school player, because he does a great job of moving without the basketball. He's a perfect fit for their motion offense.
2 to shoot. Jones does. Too strong, and Bridges comes away with it. Now Bridges at the other end. That's some evidence of what Jalen Bridges can do if he is unhinged on offense.
He's got to keep rebounding the ball and getting out of transition, because Texas right now not doing a great job of getting back on D and waiting for the offensive goaltending, but we don't get it.
And to win, I'm not sure if they're going to credit Christian Bishop with that bucket or not. Certainly looked like he touched it. We're going to say Christian Bishop gets the layup.
So with European rules today,
right?
It's alive on the rim, alive and well.
10 to shoot. Here's McNeil. Held to just 9 points so far, but he knocks down that 3, and it was a guarded 3 as well.
Oh, we got the old flopping warning on McNeil. The guy has hardly had any room to breathe at all. And the little step back does make contact, but I think he'll be fine with the flop warning, just to get any type of open look. And that was really not that open. They did a good job of switching out, and Bishop at 6'7". And first he had to look at Allen at 6'6", and then on the switch on the ball screen, he got Bishop in his face. And that's what we talked about, the in-game adjustments that Chris Beard makes. Both these coaches do that. They get a feel for the game, how it's going, and then they adjust their defensive schemes. Right now, Texas has been switching, they're starting to switch all ball screens against McNeil.
Askew. Cunningham left alone, and he makes him pay. First field goal of the game for number 30 in white, the Austin kid, Brock Cunningham out of Westlake.
Texas does a great job, and we've seen it all afternoon, of spacing the court, but also using the corners. A lot of teams do not take advantage of the full width of the court and they shrink themselves in their ability to attack because they do not use the corners. But Texas always has someone available in the corners.
And now Kedrian Johnson, the starting point guard for Bob Huggins, has to be helped off the court by his teammates.
A little crossover at the top, kind of just twists the wrong way.
It looks like, at first I thought he was maybe grabbing his hamstring, but maybe it's a knee. And he's gonna go to the sidelines. That's the last thing that Bob Huggins needs right now. Already down 2 key players due to COVID protocols. Taz Sherman, Gabe Osaboyan, both missing this contest.
And again, the rotations weren't there for West Virginia. They overhelped on that drive by Askew. They sent 2 defenders at him in the paint and left Cunningham wide open in the corner.
Cottrell, good tip back by Isaiah Cottrell. He has 6. Under 9 minutes to go. West Virginia making the trip to Texas. It's almost always a Texas two-step for them, right? Coming from Morgantown, they're going to play at least 2 teams on the road in the state of Texas. They're supposed to play TCU on Monday. That game was postponed due to TCU's problem with COVID protocols.
Well, we're going to see it all season long, and how the Big 12 and all the other conferences around the country handle it, not only with the rescheduling, but as far as adjusting the protocols. Is it going to go from 10 days to 5 days quarantine? A lot of questions out there right now in a difficult time.
Here's Curry. The left-handed jumper good from Malik Curry. And a foul on Marcus Carr.
Personal foul number 10. Malik Curry.
It's going to go on Curry.
5 team fouls on the Mountaineers.
And 5 team fouls now on both the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Texas Longhorns. And now Kedrian Johnson back on the floor. He's going to try and tough it out in the final 8:22.
West Virginia is not packing it in. They're going to extend the pressure, try to run and trap a little bit, and get some quick, easy baskets off misses or turnovers.
Allen working on Bridges. Ramey for 3. Can't find the range in the second half, but Timmy Allen does what Timmy Allen does, grab offensive rebounds.
Bridges had the inside position, but again, he did not make contact with Allen and drive him off his spot.
Media timeout, under 8 minutes to go. It's a 19-point lead for 17th-ranked Texas.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, it's still only for the military community.
Got crypto brain? You could satisfy it by getting crypto the same way everyone else does. Or with a tax advantage at Alto Crypto IRA. With as little as $10, you can now put retirement dollars in crypto. Over 100 coins through Coinbase Exchange, including Bitcoin, all with the full tax advantages of an IRA. Everyone's got their eye on crypto. Get yours with the Alto Advantage. Sign up free at altoira.com/crypto.
Hi, I'm Shannon Storms-Bador. When we started selling my health products online, our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster. And thanks to ShipStation's discounted rates, we're saving a ton. Honestly, we couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get ship done with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
There's never been a hotter time to sell your home. But when it comes time to get the best value, where do you start? That's where HomeLight comes in. HomeLight is the essential real estate platform used by countless sellers every year. HomeLight is here to help you at every step of your real estate journey, learning how to sell your home, finding a top listing agent, and ensuring a simple and certain closing. And best of all, HomeLight is completely free to use. Learn more today at homelight.com.
Well, to know Chris Beard is to know that he loves 2 C's, culture and competitiveness. And in an effort to build some team culture, he will do anything to get his team together and feeling like a family.
Is that pickleball that we just saw?
That was pickleball.
CB.
Oh, yeah.
He's out
and there's
there.
John Riley, the strength coach who followed him over from Texas Tech in the foreground. Looked like he won the team ping pong championship.
Well, he's built an outstanding staff, and both these coaches have ex-head coaches on their staff, and there's no surprise to me that Texas is good early. Chris is going to take off flying, and people have bought in already.
I mentioned those 2 C's, culture and competition. The other C, of course, is chemistry. And right now, put a white lab coat on Chris Beard because they're passing with flying colors in the chemistry department. Carr, tough 2. He has 17, 2 off the season high.
Well, it's always interesting to go to one of their Texas practices with Chris Beard because the information that he gives his team is, you have to really vary it depending on your team. If you got a bunch of young guys, you can't overload them, but he's got so many veterans that their game plan and preparation yesterday was very extensive, and at some point you might say, was this too much stuff he's giving these guys? But that's the advantage he has with all these veteran players. They're so experienced that they can take a lot of this game planning and then bring it to the court.
I think the mantra across college basketball is get old and stay old. And Chris Beard, despite not playing a lot together, has a veteran roster with these Texas Longhorns. Going back to that culture topic, what's the craziest thing you ever did as a head coach to get your team to feel more like a family?
Well, one time I tried to cook them Thanksgiving dinner, and that didn't work out so well. I didn't cook the turkey long enough, and I didn't sleep for like 3 days thinking that half the team was going to get food poisoning. I usually catered everything. After that, I made sure everybody was healthy by paying for dinner, not trying to cook it myself.
There's Timmy Allen with the second field goal of the afternoon, 8 points for Allen.
But again, the great thing about today's game, and I think the NCAA did a good job with this, is allowing the teams to be together all summer on the court as well, where you can just put in little wrinkles and get everybody to know each other. Then you're around. If you're around the players all the time, then you've got your hands on it.
Yeah. 5 on the shot clock, Bridges. And Carr has another rebound. Carr has 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 dimes this afternoon. And he's looking more like the Marcus Carr who was first team All Big Ten last year for Minnesota.
Yeah, you can see the comfort level and the confidence level just rising. And you might say, well, how can a player like that not be confident coming here? Well, he's got a lot of great players around him, and a little more pressure here because everybody expects Texas to be in their preseason top 5, top 10 in most polls, and Marcus Carr's never been to the NCAA tournament, either Pittsburgh or Minnesota.
Yeah, that was one thing that Chris Beard was quick to point out to us. Other than Christian Bishop and Avery Benson from his days at Texas Tech, those are the only 2 guys who have won an NCAA tournament game. So this team, although talented, is playing with the chip on their shoulder. Curry at midcourt. And a timeout called by West Virginia. Good hustle by Malik Curry, the transfer from ODU.
Well, certainly Bob Huggins, we all know that he's won over 900 games and doesn't take losing well, and that's why he's most of the time he wins. But it'd be hard for me to think that he's going to be displeased with this team today. I mean, they gave a lot of effort, and it just, you know, when you take 2 important big-time pieces the way this team is built out of the lineup, couple days before a big game, it's virtually impossible to go on the road and do any better than they've done.
Well, I think you'd agree, partner. The Big 12 basketball is trying to put a dent into all the college football bowl games on this New Year's Day. Not only was this game a big tilt between Texas and West Virginia, but immediately following this game on ESPNU, #1 Baylor takes their 18-game winning streak into Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa, to take on #8 undefeated Iowa State. Give me your thoughts on that one.
Well, it's about defense in this one as well, and the intensity of both teams. The way they extend their defense is going to be impressive. And you look at this league, and we talked about defense in the open for these two teams. The same goes with Baylor and Iowa State, and you've seen Iowa State up close and personally. And Brockington from Penn State's been really a great transfer for them, but everybody's improved that they had from within the program, and the Baylor losing the 4 starters. But I'm not surprised. You know, Scott Drew has built that program now, and it's built to stay.
Right, that is now a program. The Baylor Bears. Losing guys like Jared Butler and Mason Teague, and obviously Davion Mitchell, and now they just reload.
You know, it's kind of like Kansas. I mean, Kansas loses guys every year, either the NBA or seniors, but you just expect them to be there, and that's the way Baylor has been built.
So now, with West Virginia in the bonus, Malik Curry goes to the line, shooting the front end of the 1-and-1. Curry with 5 points this afternoon. He makes the first. Coming up tomorrow, catch an American Conference matchup between #12 Houston and the Temple Owls. The Cougars haven't played since December 22nd after COVID protocols kept them from playing the Bearcats last week. See how that first conference game goes in the American tomorrow at 5 Eastern on ESPN.
Well, Memphis trying to get back on track. Good win over Alabama a couple weeks ago, and certainly Houston's been saddled with injuries. I think SMU is going to be a surprise in that league as well. And of course, you saw UCF the other night. They look like they're going to be a player down the stretch with their good win over Michigan.
Yeah, Brandon Mahan and Darren Green Jr. If they could be an offensive punch for Johnny Dawkins at UCF, the Knights are going to be a problem in the American. That's going to be the 17th foul on West Virginia, sending the Longhorns to the line, and they are perfect from the free throw line this afternoon. 12 for 12 for Texas, who's first in the conference in free throw shooting as a team. Marcus Carr knocks both of these down. He'll match his season high. Now with 18 for Carr. Well, without playing a minute in the Big 12, Marcus Carr was voted in the preseason to the All Big 12 team. Also the preseason newcomer of the year in the Big 12, and he's shown why this afternoon. As we have a foul at the other end now.
Well, I think most people, when Chris Beard came to Texas, the people around the program and the fans of the program, we're immediately going to be a top 5 team right from the opening tip. And that wasn't the case. And that's because you have so many new pieces. When there's so many new pieces, a whole new coaching staff. You're putting a whole different system in that they had from different in place last year, and all new players basically, except for 3, I believe. So, you know, when you look at that, it's going to take time. And he didn't snap his fingers in one day at Texas Tech and become great. It took some time. You know, Arkansas Little Rock, he put it together quickly there in 1 year, and it was special. And I think this still could be a special team, as you see today, as they're starting to click offensively.
Yeah. We kind of overheard him telling his team before practice ended yesterday, the next couple of months are special. It's an 18-round fight, right? 18 games in the Big 12, and then in the middle they're going to play Tennessee in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. I know it's only game 1 of that 18-round fight, Tim, but give us a look inside the crystal ball. How do you think this league will shape out when it's all said and done?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Iowa State, if they can stay where they are. And I don't mean undefeated. I mean stay in the elite group of Texas, Baylor. We start with Baylor, then Kansas. Baylor and Kansas, I think, pretty much go hand in hand from what I've seen. And then if Iowa State can slide into that group. I saw Oklahoma earlier a couple weeks ago. You've had them. I had them against Arkansas, and I was very impressed with them. They're going to beat you with defense as well. A lot of depth at Oklahoma. I think this West Virginia team is going to be a pain moving forward once they get their pieces back. Jamie Dixon's team at TCU has been very good. Listen, Bob Huggins put it very well. He said right now everybody is NCAA tournament worthy as far as if you look at their resume, and we know Oklahoma State can't play in the tournament this year, but still they have a very good team as well.
Marcus Carr's 2 free throws give him 21, and now he's got his first 20-point game as a Texas Longhorn. That extends the Texas lead to 72-49. McNeil. He's been harassed by the Texas D all afternoon. Harassed again, constantly. They've stayed with the game plan, threw multiple defenders at him, denied him away from the ball, switched on all ball screens, and basically just got in his face from the get-go. Bishop, up and under, no good. Bridges in the corner, got it. Jalen Bridges has matched his season high with 18.
Well, West Virginia, rarely you can learn from a 20-point loss or so, but I think Bob Huggins will learn a lot about his team, about some of the other secondary players that had to play major minutes today and step up, and maybe they can perform at a different level once they get Sherman and Osaboyan back.
Yeah, that could be a silver lining. If you have Sherman and McNeil as your 1-2 punch, and then Jalen Bridges can chip in, that's a pretty good offense for a team that right now is the lowest scoring offense in the Big 12. Mountaineers down 20, 3:39 to go on the road in Texas. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
Phillips 66 presents the Mutual Musicians Foundation. Jazz has just one rule: always come back to the beat. They get that here, where since 1917, all the great ones have played. Charlie, Big Joe, and plenty of others you might not know. And from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. each weekend, you can still hear the players sticking to the beat. Live to the full with Phillips 66.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it into thin, oversized New York-style slices. I mean, look at that crust! That is the perfect crust thickness no matter how you eat it. So you can fold it, or not. But I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York-style pizza from Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
It's 1:15 a.m. and time for another classic hit.
Assuming all NBA players want rings.
Why do we have coasters if nobody gonna use them?
It's like assuming State Farm doesn't have great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
At touchofmodern.com, our expertly curated products are never ordinary, never mundane, and never in a million years what you'd expect to see or imagined you'd ever have. To check it all out, scan the code now.
Coming up Sunday, you can catch an American Conference matchup on ESPN as number 12 Houston begins their conference slate against the Temple Owls. Cougars have been off since December 22nd when their game against Cincinnati was postponed due to COVID protocols. see how that first conference contest goes Sunday at 5 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Of course, the Houston Cougars tap to join the Big 12 sooner than later, along with UCF and Cincinnati and others. And Marcus Sasser is now going to be watching from the sidelines, an all-American type player for Kelvin Sampson. How are they going to respond to losing their leading scorer?
Well, Houston, not unlike Texas, is built on a defensive culture and a balanced scoring, and that's what Kelvin Sampson has done, and a lot of depth since he's been there, along with transfers, kind of like Texas. And so I would imagine over the long haul, they will figure out where they're going to get their scoring, and it's still, they're not going to relent on defense. They're fearless and relentless offensive rebounders, and that's, I'm sure, how Houston will be built throughout the rest of the season.
These Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners going to be leaving the Big 12 for the SEC. But the teams that are coming in are no slouches, that's for sure.
No, the Big 12 did a great job of replacing Texas and Oklahoma. Eventually, still got a few years of enjoyment with Texas and Oklahoma. But when they do leave, really credit the Big 12 for getting 4 quality programs in this conference.
It's another block by Damon Carrigan. And he can't finish the lob at the other end, offered up by Sean McNeil. Good defensive effort this afternoon from number 5 in blue, Damon Carrigan.
Here's McNeil again being harassed, but get a nice pass at the rim. Sean McNeil is going to sleep well tonight. He's had to work for everything.
12 points for number 22 with the ball. That one off the side of the backboard. He was looking for a foul.
You've seen every defender pretty much on the Texas rotation. That time, Trey Mitchell at 6'9" was out on him, harassing him with those long arms.
Carrigan grabs his 9th rebound at the contest. Spin move. And Curry with a dozen.
I like Curry. I think he can give them some offense as well, coming in off the bench, moving forward.
Yeah.
And Keidron Johnson certainly is a very good defender at the point, but you know, it starts with Sherman and McNeil as far as scoring goes, and everyone else falls in line.
Well, that's the only potential silver lining to West Virginia having their game Monday against TCU postponed, is that might mean Taz Sherman misses fewer games due to COVID protocols. Bishop with the offensive rebound. And now the crowd lets the Longhorns hear it.
Well, giving the extra effort, right to the bitter end, and making the extra pass, spacing the court, taking their time, finishing place.
And Ramey finishes there, his first bucket in the second half. 15 for Courtney Ramey.
Well, this is why when you're up 20 and you see your team take a couple steps back on defense, you call a quick timeout. Chris Beard wants this team to play right to the final horn, and they have.
Curry wraps it around to Carrigan, who again gets blocked by the rim, but he was fouled in the process. Damon Carrigan and Malik Curry both coming over from Conference USA. Carrigan was at FIU, Curry at ODU. Damon Carrigan, as you probably well know, being from that area, went to the same high school as Patrick Ewing.
Boston, Cambridge went.
Yep.
And, you know, we got some good players up in Boston. Not everybody plays hockey, Rich.
Interesting, when I was doing some research, I grew up in New Jersey, was a Knicks fan, Pat Ewing, that was right in my wheelhouse. And when I saw they went to the same high school, I was surprised only 4 players have their numbers retired from that high school, Cambridge Latin. And Damon Carrigan and Pat Ewing are 2 of them. Loose ball, and it's controlled by Texas, coming up on 1 minute to go.
1 minute.
And now Avery Benson. And Tristan Lacone are set to check in. as Chris Beard goes deep into his bench with 50.5 left and his team up 74-57. And you talk about Chris Beard being a culture warrior. Right at his side is Avery Benson, who joined him here in Austin from Lubbock, Texas, and the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Well, right from the get-go, he attacked the portal. He got these very good players put together, but he also went on campus and got these students involved. The student section has been sold out for the season. Obviously, they're home on break today, but this building has been electric pretty much all season long.
Yeah. We asked Chris Beard about that. Like, you do so much marketing and getting out there and, you know, beating the bushes, so to speak. And he said, I do it because I like it. I'm used to it. I used to have to do it. It was part of my job as a small college head coach. But now I've carried that with me, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy meeting people, building relationships. Today was $10. You get a ticket and a mimosa. Why not come to a basketball game with that?
Well, the thing about Chris Beard is that he remembers where he came from and how he got here. And, you know, he will never forget that because he appreciates where he is. Obviously, he went to school here. He was under Tom Penders here. He, you know, came up the hard way. Junior college, the ABA, Division II, you know, small college, assistant coach. So he's been through it all. He understands, and he appreciates where he is, and he's not going to forget it, and that's why he gives that extra effort on and off the court here at Texas.
Well, it was a thorough beatdown for the Texas Longhorns against the shorthanded West Virginia Mountaineers. 74-59 your final score. That improves Texas's record to 11-2 and drops West Virginia to 11-2. West Virginia has a week off now. They'll face Kansas State next. Up next for the Longhorns, they also go on the road